Hi everyone and welcome back to another BTLO Replay. Today we are going to cover Phishy V2, which is the hard level lab in security operation category. Now this lab is very interesting because if you see, it does not have any traditional tool like SIEM or log viewer despite being in the category of security operation, or you can also call it investigation. Now all we have here is text editor and browser, which we will be probably using for CyberChef. Now let's look at the scenario. You have been sent a phishing link. It is your task to investigate this website and find out everything you can about the site, act responsible, and perform threat intelligence work on the operator of this phishing site. It also have a warning. The website and kit you see is the real. Exercise caution when interacting with the malicious website and do not enter any sensitive information. Now, before we start solving and answering the question, be sure to follow us on X, LinkedIn, or join the Discord server to keep in touch with the BTLO community. All the links are in the description box below. Once we are inside the lab, we are given a README file, and inside this README file, everything is same as of the scenario. Just additionally, we have this URL which, upon opening, gives us the PayPal phishing page. Obviously, we have a different URL and the different pages of PayPal, and this is what we are simply given. And we do have one like location, I would say, X Banana V3 Customer Center Secure 511, and some files which may be helpful for us, or the URL specifically. So we'll minimize this and let's start solving the question 1. Question 1 says, what is the sending email for phishing log result? So now that we know that this is a website we are tackling with, and we know in Linux the websites are hosted in var www and HTML folder, and here we do see we have this folder called xbanana v3, and it is same as of what we saw in the URL xbanana v3. Now let's just go inside this to have a look what are we dealing with exactly. So we have a couple of files and some folders at that point of time. As of now, we are looking for an email address, and since we are in Linux, we can make use of grep, and but we do not know what is the domain. What we can do is, instead of like blindly going and searching for different keywords related to email like .com or something, we can make use of regular expression. So regular expression, if you do not know, I'll explain what we are creating right now. So I'll focus on grep later, but let's write the regular expression for our email address. So I'll mention the expression over here. Now since we are focusing on the first part, which comes before @, and it can contain like any lowercase letters, it can contain uppercase, it can even contain like numbers, okay. And I'm just making sure that I'm covering every special character present, percentage, it can be plus, minus, and then afterward what do we have? We have @, and then we have the domain name. So for domain name, it can again be from the characters can be from lowercase and like uppercase, and we can have the numbers, and again dot or hyphen. Now at the end we will have our .com or whatever it is. So we cannot directly write dot, we have to use the escape character, and then we'll have to use the character ranges. Now we know that the ending part like .com, .eu, .co, whatever it is, it will be at least 2 characters. So I'm mentioning that okay, it will be 2 characters and the ending can be any. So So this is our regular expression for looking for email address. Now we are using this with grep, so we have to pass a couple of arguments like looking recursively, okay, and let's also output the content. Let's see if we have any. Okay, now you see we are getting the hits, and we are also getting the information that from which file does this email address is coming from. Now we do see a lot of like admin@google.com and a lot of different addresses. So let's use our Linux skills as well to make it visually, like, good. So let's use awk to carve out the data, and we'll only focus on the email address that are unique. So we'll use awk, and -f is used for delimiter, and since we know that our email addresses are coming after the colon mark, so we'll use the colon as delimiter, and I'll print my bad, $2. What $2 is? So after you divide this whole like string with delimiter as colon, so it will have two parts. This is the first part and this is the second part, and we are interested in the second part, and we are mentioning that second part over here, that print second part. Okay, and you see we do have all the email address. So let's just sort it out and show only unique entries. So these are the email addresses which are present inside this phishing kit. Okay, now directly on the first look we do see that this is something very like kind of fishy. Okay, and the question is asking what is the email sending email address. Okay, so let's try this, and I don't think we have a copy paste feature in this, so we'll have to manually type it. No reply @root.x banana. Let's submit, and yeah, this is correct. Question number 2, name one user agent which is blocked from accessing this phishing kit by the custom blocker PHP code. Okay, and it says that there are total 6 possibilities, so let's dive into it. Now it says that it has custom PHP code which is getting used to block all these. So I have a look at index.php, and here do we have anything important? We do see some bot's name, and we have one HTTP user agent header, and the question is asking the same, which one, but we do not see the other 5 if this is the one. And we also see this file named xbananabotsperfect.php. So let's look into that as well. Okay, it seems to be very big file. Let's S. Okay, so in the start it is having some band IP address, array of those, and then it is okay. Yep, here we have a few. So you can see these are a few addresses which is directly blocking. So it's like above Google software. So let's try with Google. Google, and yeah, it is correct. Next question, the phishing kit has been accessed once it was live at 1742 on the 19th of February. What is the city name where the threat actor lives? So based on the question, like, it seems that someone has accessed the website, and it should have logged the IP address based on which we can either like track the city, because that is how we can connect the city and the phishing kit together. So let's see if we can find any IP address, and specifically we have this time period as well, like 19th of February and 1742. So let's look. So we do have more files to look into. Let's start with logs. It looks promising. Okay, 19th of February 1742. Yep, we do have one IP address. You can see, as the question mentioned, 19th February and the time is 1742. The IP address access the phishing kit. Now I'll open browser in my host system because this lab is fully isolated. So I'll open the browser and simply like go to any like IP location finder or IP to location converter, any website like this, and give it the URL or IP address that you have, and click on this IP lookup, and it is searching for it. Okay, we do have a few answers, like the country is this, we have New York and Manhattan is city. The question is asking for city, so let's try with Manhattan. Manhattan. Nope, it's wrong. Let's try with New York. New York. And sweet, it's correct. Next question. Bruce has tested the phishing site using an email address with the domain @hammer.org. What is the password, or what password did he enter? Okay, and if you recall, we did see this particular email address, bruce@hammer.org. Now what we can do, we can do similar thing. We can simply grab for this particular email address, and we can also look out for lines which are after or before this particular entry. So how to do that? Grab -ir. Okay, I means case insensitive, R means recursively looking for each and every folder, and then I'll simply search for Bruce, and yeah, we do have the entry, bruce@hammer.org, bruce@hammer.com. So here we have this email address. So like for sure or logically, the password should also be near to this. So what I'll do is I'll ask grep to paste 5 lines after this entry or wherever we are getting this particular hit, and also 5 lines before this entry. So if you hit enter, so we see that we have the email address, we have 5 lines before this and 5 lines after this. Now the question is asking for password of the user where he used this particular email address @hammer.org, and we have the password, and it is noun_quote_day. So let's type it out, noun_quote_day. Submit, and yep, it is correct. Next question. A user using a 192.star localhost range has tested the site. What password did they enter? Now we do had the similar question where we were asked to mention the password of the Bruce user using this particular domain email address, and we see that this particular file or the password was found inside this folder and inside this file. So let's go into this folder and let's see what do we have. So we have banana zumba hyphen followed by IP address or email address, and we do have this particular IP address which does matches our requirement. So let's get it out, banana zumba test, and let's grab if we have any email. Okay, any password? No, guess we have to manually look into it. Okay, browser is Chrome on Ubuntu, IP info, official ID, and some more information. Okay, we have this entry like 3D secure, and it does seem to contain something which looks like a password. So let's try this out. PASSWRD0!1. Submit this, and yeah, it is correct. Next question, a user has submitted their credentials into the site. They were using the IP address 14.154.211.11 and email roxy@beetlejuice.com. What is their full name? We just saw this particular name, email address, roxy@beetlejuice.com, and the IP address as well. So we'll get this out. Roxy, and let's grab if we have something like name -I name, and yeah, we do have some information -A3 -D3. Cardholder's name is this. So let's try this out. RACHLE whole, and yeah, it is correct. Next question, what is their 3D secure password? Now we know that this is the field name which we can actually grab. So let's just do it right away and grab for secure -A3. So 3D secure is here, and this is the password, which is Beatles BTLS. Next question, what city is their IP associated with? So we do have this IP address, right, which we can search into the IP location finder. And let me bring my browser over here. So we have this IP, we'll do IP lookup, and it says China, Guangdong, and Shenzhen, if I pronounce it correctly, is the city. So let's type it up. It was Shenzhen, and that is correct. Next question, what is the password for the hidden admin panel? So again, what we can do is grab -IR and look for password. Okay, we do have some inputs. These are the file. Okay, is there anything which, yep, we do have one entry where we do see like variables and its value. We have password as a variable, and we have a value which could be the password. Do we have any other entry like this? So we do have this, but it is not like that. Yes, let's try this because this seems very appealing to me, like variable and its value. So this could be one of the contender, and it is also like old user old PHP admin panel password TPEE, submit, and yeah, this is correct. Next question, there appears to be a hidden zip within the phishing kit. Find it, extract it using the key, and deobfuscate the code. Who is the email.php code signed by? Okay, this seems to be a very lengthy question. Let's look into it. And if you remember, we do have this particular zip file. Okay, and let's try this. First we'll copy this, or let's just unzip here. Unzip x banana v3.zip. Yes to all. Okay, you go to x banana. Like you can copy this file somewhere other, and you can then analyze it by unzipping. I just did it here, and right off the bat I noticed something unusual. There is another entry which just came out, which is this particular file logo.png. Let's look if this is actually a PNG file. Yeah, it is a PNG file, and its size is surprisingly more compared to other files. Let's do a strings, do add strings, and logo.png. We do not have strings, so what we can do, let's use cat at logo have something email.php and index.php. Well, it can take a bit of time for you to land at this point. Okay, and we also see this particular header or this particular keyword like pk. Now if you go online and search for zip file magic header, let me just show it to you real quick. I'll open the browser and here it is. Now any zip file, okay, like, or any file, let's not go to zip directly, any file has a few headers in the start which defines what type of file it is. And in zip it is this one, 504b 0304. And when you convert that into like readable format or in ASCII characters, it will be pk. Okay, now here we do see where it went, yeah, pk, and we do see two files. That means that this is embedded with a zip file. Let's try to see if we can unzip it directly. Logo.png. Oh, it is giving us the option, and yes, okay. And now we have email.php and index.php extracted from it. We are interested in email.php because that is what question is asking for. Scat email.php, and it is base64, or at least looks like base64. Base64-d. Okay, I see what this is doing. Base64-d. Okay, but another layer of base64. Okay, hope this. Okay, so after what, 1 2 3 4 5, after 5 times decoding the original encrypted string with base64, we get this PHP code. Now the question asked who is the email.php signed by, and here we have this signed by ability-able-god. Let's try that out. We have let's maintain the case sensitivity -able and god. This is wrong. Okay, let's try with this keyword only. Okay, okay, it is correct, ability. So it's not full, it's a single, like ability as a single keyword. Next question, who is the recipient of the credentials log? Next question, who is the recipient of credential logs? So yeah, we here also have a variable called recipient, and we have an entry called banklogs1@gmail.com. So let's type it out, banklogs1@gmail.com, submit, and yep, this is correct. Next question, what domain is the user redirect to upon a post request to the email.php page? So we do see some entries over here. Okay, seems like it is redirecting to this particular URL, and it is asking for domain and TLD. Okay, att.net. Let's try this. Man, wow, this is correct. Next question, within index.php a cookie is set. What is the value of the cookie? Okay, let's see what do we have in index.php, and we again have some base64. Let's try to decode it. Base64-d means decode, and we do have some gibberish data over here. Okay, let's try to make use of our browser or CyberChef. Now after we open the CyberChef, we'll open our file as input index.php, and we'll enter base64 decryption. Okay, now here we do not know what this content is. So is there any additional, like encryption process or encryption algorithm applied on this? So let's make use of the magic recipe or the operation from CyberChef, which do tell us if there is anything additional on this. So let's see. So it says nothing of interest could be detected. Have you tried modifying the operation argument? So let's try to take this intensive mode and see if we have anything with us or not. Yep, we do see it says that if we use XOR, like if we, this is the recipe and this is the output, which definitely is making sense. Let's click on this, and now we have decoded content, which looks like, or which is indeed the HTML code, and it is asking, or the question was asking for cookie. So let's see if we have any cookie. Yep, we do have this cookie. You can see iv_jct. This is the value of cookie. Let's try to submit this. v_jct is equal to percentage to f common login space, no space, semicolon, path equals to slash. Is it correct or not? We'll find out as we hit the submit. And yes, we did it. So this was the answer, and with this we have successfully solved and completed the Phishy v2. Now thank you guys for joining me in this video. Hope that you learned something new today, and if you do, be sure to like and subscribe to never miss a video. In the meantime, remember to join us on Discord and tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. BST for BTLO Replay. Thanks everyone. See you next time.